Hello, Pisces. Welcome back. Here to do your mid-February to probably end February or into early March reading. Decided to jump in and do a mid-month reading. We just hit the full moon in Virgo today, so some interesting energies, especially with Pisces and Virgo and Pisces, but it's a new start time for the super full moon. Definitely looking at what brings you toward the right direction and what it may be really finally a culmination from the past few weeks to really examine where to let go as well. So let's see what we have for you and what we have for your person, Pisces. This first deck's for you. I mean, you could definitely flip it if you see yourself more in the second line. Excuse me. Pardon me, in the second line. But I am pulling the first line more for you. So Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Mid-February, probably to early March. Some of you may know, too, that we're just entering the shadow period of Mercury retrograde. So careful about communications, kind of here forward. But we're already beginning that pre-retrograde period. So Pisces, okay, Son of Swords, Wheel of Fortune. That's the Knight of Swords. Wheel of Fortune. Okay. Death, Empress. Interesting. Just had the death. Just had the death. Excuse me. In the Libra reading. So if you're dealing with a Libra, this might also make sense. There was death in the both sides, Libra and their person. Bottom of the deck, the High Priestess. You might be dealing with a very spiritual time. Maybe there's a message here to really look at your intuition, Pisces. You're always so intuitive anyway. But this would say that things could be changing finally. If you were in a holding pattern, things could be changing. It's an evolution. It's the end of an old cycle, certainly the fertility and the beginning of a new cycle. You may be eager and a little impatient coming out of a waiting period for something, where you're kind of between keeping to yourself and being a little bit held off, and just now feeling like it's time to come forward. Maybe it's time to speak to somebody you've been out of communication with. The wheels might start to be turning now and getting moving again where things might have been stuck before. Coming in with the excitement of the Knight of Swords to speak, to communicate, to tell your truth, to find someone else's truth out. Be careful of your edges. Be careful not to be too sharp. I don't see you as, you're not typically that way, but everybody's got a multi-dimensional chart. So the side of you that wants to get something out may be impatient. And I would just say this is kind of cautioning you to not be overly impatient to the point of hurting people's feelings. There is good luck coming. I would say there's a karmic ending. Excuse me, that the universe has got this, and there's an ending that's coming kind of out of your control. There's an ending coming out of your control, but as also, these are the three majors in a row: Wheel of Fortune, Death, and then the Empress coming right after. So what a beautiful, beautiful order of things. There's going to be kind of a karmic ending, but right after that, the ability to kind of clean slate, manifest, plant seeds, and build something really nurturing and nourishing and positive. So it could be with a new person. It could be more independent to yourself. But it looks like coming out of a truth, or in you're getting your truth, you've pushed the wheel forward by a little. And, I think it's more the universe than you. An ending came about. But there's really a lot to look forward to with the Empress. So let's see. What is your person doing right now? What is your person doing right now? Let's see. Pisces. What is the energies for your person? That one jumped. Got it. The Eight of Wands. So interestingly, you might be seeking communication and truth, and they're ready to give communication with the Eight of Wands, something coming in fast. You might both be on that same page. You might have a meeting where the two of you kind of catch up and, there's some information shared. I don't know if it's going to be positive or not, if they're going to perceive this as positive, especially with an ending brewing. But whatever's happened is kind of needed to come to a head. So I do believe this is a karmic ending. I got a bunch. I think I'm going to take them. So the Sun, Strength, and Three of Cups, and the King of Wands. So, so your person actually might agree with you. Good fortune coming for both of you. They're, possibly not going to reveal their feelings to you. We got the Hanged Man. They might have an awareness that comes out of this. That's an important spiritual learning for them. Though I'm kind of seeing it as that because this is happening. This is flowing. This is not stagnant. There's nothing about their end that's stagnant. There's nothing about your end that's stagnant. So I would see this more as an awareness, and between your Hanged Man, your High Priestess, and their Hanged Man, I think that you're both going through a spiritual awareness around this situation. That's a karmic ending. They are, excuse me, they're trying to remain strong. They may even hold back their real emotions, not wanting to be too vulnerable here. They're trying to stay optimistic. They might even be lighter than the situation requires. They might have a lightness around them that you're kind of like, I don't know, it depends on this person and how they tend to interact with you, but there could be an element of them that's a little more frivolous, a little more immature, or they're like acting like everything's fine and it's, kind of carefree. And you might even, they might be celebratory and upbeat around, this is probably the right thing we should do. I think for many of you, there's going to be a masking of feelings in order for them to be able to stay strong about this. That might be their way of dealing with this. And then ultimately, they're going to go right back to, making things happen, go back to work, go back to where their power is. You might be dealing with a fire. I think you very well could be dealing with a fire sign. However, they're not going to linger long on acting on what they have learned out of this. They're going to kind of like take the lesson and move on. I don't know that they're going to get I don't know that I see them getting uber vulnerable with you. And especially if they're kind of, a King of Wands. I mean, King of Wands would not get uber vulnerable with you. They would be like, just moving on. I mean, making the best of it and moving on in a powerful way. 10 of Swords. 4 of Wands. So if anything, you're probably, Pisces, more sensitive in all of this. You're feeling it. You're feeling the ending. You're feeling like, maybe surprised by their reaction. And you're feeling that this was a threat to your stability and a threat to your home. So this kind of had to happen. Maybe the betrayal that you're thinking about or the hurt that you're thinking about happened around your home unit or to your stability. Excuse me. I'm sorry about that. So I do think this is affecting you deeply, and not surprisingly. I mean, death often does. Change often does. Change is never said to be that easy. But looks like you might be overtly dealing with it, which in the end will be better for you than to mask it. Like your person might be masking it, but that's so hard to deal with when people mask and stuff emotions. They just don't fare as well. So feeling your feelings, get in the feelings, welcoming the feelings. Excuse me. Really staying with your feelings to get more stability in the end is your secret formula here. Stay with the feelings. Just pull another card. What is your person really like thinking about this at this point? Oh, wow. So they have feelings. Your person has feelings for you. They may want to kind of have made things better, but they're too late. They wanted to build with you. I think that they're going to mask this. I think there's a decent chance your person's going to mask this, but this is the way they're feeling. This is the way they're feeling. So this is a to be determined, to be continued kind of a reading to me. There's definitely a karmic ending. You're feeling the feels here, but please don't let this derail you, because you have the ability to create something really beautifully solid and get back to basics. I think give yourself the time to grieve over this, though. Don't try to skate through it. I think there's a bit of skating going on by your person, unfortunately. But that's their thing. I mean, you know, we're here to kind of talk about you, support you, just kind of making you aware of what they might be dealing with. You'll do it when you're ready. So if there is this wheel of fortune and death and ending and karmic ending and rebuilding, all this is on universal time. So even if the ending's coming and you have to take your hands off the wheel, you'll process this and get through this when you're ready. That 10 of Swords, you'll get through when you're ready, Pisces. The building again, the feeling better about it, you'll do on your own time. So be patient, be kind, be compassionate with yourself. Sometimes we feel we have to kind of just get to the other side, and this is not looking like one of those times. So good luck with it. Thanks for being here, Pisces. Comment if any of this made sense. I hope it was helpful in some way. And I'll see you next time. Thanks.